Hollywood Studios is deceiving you. On the surface, this park doesn't seem like it has a whole lot of ultra tasty food to offer, but in reality, it could be your personal goldmine of favorite Disney World eats and drinks. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, ready to grab your fork and bib because we're about to explore the best eats and treats and drinks in Hollywood Studios. While some of these items are classic favorites of ours, many others have flown under the radar for way too long, and some of these you might never have heard of before because they're just that new. Now, one quick thing before we dive on into this list of eats, we do have a new top 10 list of our favorite Disney World restaurants of all time that we'd love to send your way, so make sure to scan the QR code you see on the screen or head to disneyfoodblog.com/top restaurants so you can get your digital copy today. All right, we're going to start with one of my very favorite things to eat in Hollywood Studios, and honestly, this has been one of my favorites for years and years and years. They took it away for a little while off the menu and then they brought it back, and I was so happy. Celebration definitely happened. This is the fried herb and garlic cheese from 50's Primetime Cafe. So 50's Primetime over in Echo Lake is well known for its retro vibes and server shenanigans and comfort food like Aunt Liz's golden fried chicken and Cousin Megan's traditional meatloaf. But you know how I'm always on the lookout for seriously good fried cheese in Disney? Yeah, this table service restaurant has really good fried cheese. Dare I say, it might even be one of the best in Disney World. But what's weird is that it's not even that big a deal. Like, you could make this at home really easy. Like, 50's Primetime Cafe is not well known for its great food, but for some reason, this just hits the spot. The fried herb and garlic cheese is exactly what it sounds like. It's a piece of breaded in fried Boursin cheese with garlic and herb flavors, and it's served with grapes and apple slices and crostini and raspberry sauce. Now, how has that been able to win over my heart time and again? Well, it's just that rich and flavorful. Honestly, Boursin cheese is pretty good, right? You gotta pair the creaminess of that cheese and the crispy fried exterior and the touch of sweetness from the fruit, and you got yourself an appetizer that's gonna be very hard to share with your group and not just gobble up yourself. Fair warning though, this cheese has come and go from the menu, like I said, which makes my heart jittery every time it happens, but it is still on the menu per the release of this video and has been since 2021, so here's hoping we'll see it stick around even longer, because I don't think my heart will heal if it's pulled from the menu again. Next up is brand new in Hollywood Studios, the homemade cheddar biscuits from Roundup Rodeo BBQ. So Roundup Rodeo is a fully immersive Western-style themed restaurant designed to help people feel like they're really part of the Toy Story gang. Everywhere you look, you're going to find hidden details and nods to some of your favorite characters. This barbecue comes to your table family style, meaning that all you care to enjoy portions are served directly to you to split among the fam. Now, the barbecue here is good. In fact, some of it's really good. But what we're even more impressed with is the bread service, the Prospector's homemade cheddar biscuits with sweet pepper jelly. The meal honestly could stop with the bread and we'd be real happy cowgirls, but the biscuits are soft and a nice amount of bread to cheese ratio, and the pepper jelly they're served with is peppery, obviously, sweet, it's got a nice vinegary zing to it. Different, but a good different. A different that we welcome in Disney World. Roundup Rodeo BBQ is going to stuff you full of bread and apps and entrees and desserts. I actually love the macaroni and cheese here, so please get extras of that. And it's $45 per adult and $25 per kid. So if you're looking for a hearty meal with tons to look at, then this might be the place you want to make advanced dining reservations for. Just make sure to ask for extra helpings of the biscuits and that mac and cheese. As long as you're paying for them, you might as well make the most out of the cost. All right, let's head a little more upscale. We can't just sit here and allow people to gatekeep the appetizers at Hollywood Brown Derby. Okay, I don't really think anyone's gatekeeping the Brown Derby apps per se, but they're usually overshadowed by the signature items in this restaurant, like the Cobb salad and the grapefruit cake. However, we're gonna give some other foods on this menu their chance to shine today. First, let's talk about the charcuterie board made with the chef's selection of cured meats, cheeses, and accompaniments. Each time you visit, there could be a variety of different items on your board, but they're always gonna be more interesting than your standard summer sausage and Colby Jack slices. No disrespect, summer sausage is one of my favorite meats. But during one of our last visits, the meats included cured salami, prosciutto, and braseola. The meats were accompanied by aged Gouda, blue cheese, and cheddar with an espresso lavender rub. Plus, for some additional flavors, it came with local honey and pickles and pickled onions and olives, and of course, those crackers. Overall, we tend to find the charcuterie boards here really well curated. The selection of meats and cheeses pair well together. It's a pretty hefty portion, and you can easily split it with the table. Now, if you're looking for an appetizer that you don't have to share with everyone else, you can try the plant-based corn bisque made with grilled local corn, guajillo oil, and corn fritter. The bisque is creamy and decadent, and the flavors of the corn fritter are nice and savory, but not crisp since it's been floating into soup and all, kind of like the croutons you'll find in a French onion soup. But all in all, it's comfort in a bowl and great for the summer. Now, note that a lot of times soups will change out seasonally. That corn soup is going to be right here during corn season, and you're going to see corn soup on a lot of menus right now, so definitely get it if you see it. I had one at Le Cellier the other day. It was really good. Now, the best part of all of these Hollywood Brown Derby apps, you can order them from the Hollywood Brown Derby Lounge too, so even if you're not able to grab advanced dining reservations for the main restaurant, you can always check and see if there's a walk-up wait list for the lounge on the day of your visit. Just check the My Disney Experience app or head to the front of the restaurant and ask a host about their current availability. Now, what theme park do you know of that has a coffee that's so good we actually have to talk about it in a best food video? That's right, Hollywood Studios. Now, the cold brew black calf from Katsakis Kettle is an absolute must-have when it comes to Hollywood Studios caffeinated beverages. This is a Joffrey's cold brew topped with sweet cream cheese and chocolate puffs, basically Cocoa Puffs. Now, the reason why we like this so much is despite the sweet cream and Choco Puffs, the coffee still isn't overpoweringly sweet thanks to the bitterness of that cold brew. So if you mix the sweet cream into the coffee, it just helps to balance things out. A little sweet here, a little Java there, and a whole lot of Choco Puff crunchy goodness. And if you want to jazz up this drink even further, you can also get the spiked cold brew black calf for around $15 instead of its usual $6. The spiked version has Godiva chocolate liqueur in it, so it will actually be sweeter than the non-alcoholic version. If that's a win-win in your books and you're 21 years or older, then the spiked black calf might be calling your name. However, if you want a cheaper drink with less booze and less sugar, then you may want to stick with the liquor-less version instead. So a big portion of the DFB team is part of the Woody's Lunchbox fan club, and they've deemed the Tachos their club president since this savory snack is a great combo of tater tots and nachos all rolled into one happy serving. However, let's step away from the Tachos for a sec and take a moment to appreciate the morning version of Tachos, appropriately named the Breakfast Bowl. This bowl is packed with potato barrels, which are baked tots, so they're not fried, they're baked, good to know, and smothered in smoked brisket, scrambled eggs, country gravy, and green onion sprinkled on top. Listen, if you're looking for a filling breakfast that's on the go, this could definitely fit the bill. The bowl's got a lot of gravy, like a lot of gravy, which comes out warm and creamy, but also tends to drown out the other flavors with all of its graviness, which is why we like to ask for a cup of gravy on the side. That way we can control how much gravy we want poured over our tots and brisket. And when it comes down to it, if you're a fan of potatoes or biscuits and gravy for breakfast, this breakfast bowl is for you. If you don't like heavy food in the morning, you may want to try something else, or you can always order the kids version instead for a little bit lighter portion and for a cheaper price point. The regular breakfast bowl costs around $9 and the kids cost $6. Okay, now is this the best food in Hollywood Studios? I don't know if it's the best, but it is definitely intriguing and really, really fun. So I wanted to get it in this video. So over at Mama Melrose on the kids menu, you'll be able to create your own entree, which means you can choose one main item like spaghetti, pizza, or grilled chicken and 2 side options. Now, one of those side options is the spaghetti and meatball cupcake. Now, who wants spaghetti noodles and meatballs on a cupcake? Well, you might. This is a chocolate cupcake topped with vanilla buttercream spaghetti, strawberry red sauce, and a chocolate sprinkles meatball. This is a great option for kids who love something sweet to wrap up their meal, and the fact that it looks like a cute mini pile of spaghetti makes it all the more enjoyable. But like I said, is it the most exciting dessert flavor-wise? No, but it's still tasty and it's really fun. All right, heading back over to Galaxy's Edge, we got to talk about the Ronto wraps. In its OG form, the Ronto wrap is made out of roasted pork, grilled pork sausage, peppercorn sauce, and slaw, all wrapped up in pita bread, like a hot dog, but galactic. And while the Ronto wrap has been a go-to snack or even light lunch for our team during several Batu visits, there are 2 other Ronto wrap versions that deserve some recognition in this video. The first is the Zuki wrap, which is the plant-based version of the Ronto wrap and made with grilled zucchini, smoky chickpea onion slaw, creamy garlic tahini sauce, and fresh cilantro wrapped in pita bread. This is not like an intergalactic hot dog, but for some, that might make the Zuki wrap a bigger selling point than the OG meat-based version. That garlic tahini sauce has a ton of flavor and a little bit of heat to it too. Not to mention the grilled pita is just as yummy when filled with veggies, giving the wrap a nice consistency and crunch. The second version is the Ronto morning wrap. This one's my favorite. You can order it for breakfast, of course, and it's filled with scrambled eggs, grilled pork sausage, shredded cheese, and that peppercorn sauce. Similar to the OG Ronto wrap, the morning wrap has plenty of that pork sausage flavor, but the eggs are a nice addition that'll help fill you up before jumping in line for Rise of the Resistance. For a lighter and honestly prettier breakfast option here, you might want to go with the Rising Moon's overnight oats instead, which is made with oats, dragon fruit, yogurt, and fresh seasonal fruit. Let's hang out in Batu for a bit longer to wash down all those Ronto wraps. If you get the chance to snag reservations for Oga's Cantina, then you'll find yourself transported into a spaceport bar with bubbling brews and hip-hop droid tunes. Just to get this out of the way, though the atmosphere is fun but crowded at Oga's, the cocktails here are all pre-made, so if you're more of a fan of the lounges and bars that make your drinks fresh on the spot, this may not be your favorite place to grab a spirit, and you might be better off hitting up the Hollywood Brown Derby Lounge instead. However, if the pre-madeness of these drinks is okay with you, just as long as they serve up some fun cocktails in an equally as fun setting, then get ready, because I'm going to hit you with 5 fun drink offerings, both alcoholic and non. Okay, first is the Bespin Fizz. This cocktail is made with Bacardi Superior Rum, Yuzu Puree, pomegranate juice, white cranberry juice, and a cloud swirl. Now, what does cloud swirl mean? Well, it means this drink comes out shimmery and glittery. It's really beautiful. By the way, it also comes out bubbling like a witch's brew with a layer of dry ice smoke swirling on the top of your drink when it first comes out, and the smoke doesn't last long, but it makes for an entertaining presentation. Next is the Fuzzy Tauntaun. Now, this is a concoction that's earned itself quite a reputation over the past few years. For the most part, it tastes like your average fruity cocktail with peach and orange vodka, peach schnapps, and orange juice. Nothing wrong with a fuzzy navel. But what makes this cocktail so unique is that buzz button tingling foam layered on top, and that's because the foam makes your mouth go numb while you're drinking it. It's very weird, but nonetheless super tasty. Next is the Bloody Rancor. This is Oga's take on a Bloody Mary, for all you out there who'd rather enjoy a savory cocktail than a sweet one. But what makes this one extra special is the Rancor bone resting on top of the glass, which is just a bone-shaped meringue to balance out all those savory flavors. Now onto some of the non-alcoholic favorites. The Blue Bantha is a glass of that infamous blue milk, which is basically frozen coconut milk and a mix of fruity flavors, topped with a Bantha-inspired vanilla butter sugar cookie. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I like the cookie better than the drink itself, since the cookie is a lot like a Girl Scout Samoa with a center that's both caramely and coconutty. And if you're looking for some bursting boba pearls like you'll find in the Night Blossom drink over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, the non-alcoholic Java Juice is layered with a variety of fruit juices and blueberry popping pearls. I mean wart eggs. Those are definitely wart eggs straight from that creature you'll see in the tank at Oga's. One more Galaxy's Edge stop before we move it right along, because honestly, there's a good amount of food in Batu, and you could eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner there if you really wanted to. The Docking Bay 7 quick service location is known for its unique intergalactic take on some earthly favorites, making it a solid choice for those who want to be adventurous, but maybe not too adventurous. Take the roasted Andorian chicken salad, for example. If you're looking for something on the lighter side, this dish comes with marinated chicken, mixed greens, shaved onion and radish, grapes, tomato, and cucumber in a lemon pomegranate vinaigrette with spiced yogurt drizzle. Now, some folks on our team don't think this little salad gets enough appreciation. The chicken is plentiful, the ingredients are fresh, and the spiced yogurt drizzle makes the entire thing taste more like a Mediterranean-inspired dish, which is awesome because we really don't get enough of that through the Disney quick service offerings as it is. Now, granted, a salad like this isn't going to be for everyone, so if you want to go an even safer route as you're tasting your way around Batu, the fried Andorian chicken tip yip is literally fried chicken, just a little more cube-shaped. Now, along with your tip yip, you're going to get a side of that good old reliable mac and cheese and fresh veggies. Okay, this next one has to be in this video. It is one of our favorites and has been for a very, very long time. Romance novels could be written about my love for the Wookie Cookie, because even my beloved carrot cake cookie, which used to be my favorite dessert at Hollywood Studios, eventually kind of let me down a little bit, but the Wookie Cookie stood by my side as a continuously loyal sweet treat. And who doesn't need that? Now, the cookie is inspired by none other than everyone's personal favorite Wookie, Chewbacca, unless there's another Wookie you prefer over Chewie, and if that's the case, we need to talk. Anyway, the Wookie Cookie is made up of 2 oatmeal cookies sandwiched together with a fluffy whoopie pie cream filling. It's basically an OCP, an oatmeal cream pie, just like Chewbacca themed, right? Now, along with the oatmeal color of the cookie looking kind of like Chewie's fur, if you like squint your eyes and tilt your head a little bit, the sweet sandwich is also topped with a strip of chocolate designed to replicate his bandolier. Now, the Wookie Cookie might look adorable and all, but its flavor is great too. The cookies are nice and chewy. Get it? Chewy? Aye, that's a Bria joke. And the creamy filling is similar to a whoopie pie center, but a little more light and airy. Now, you can get one of these to share or as a treat for yourself, I won't tell anybody, for a little over $6. Okay, so I'm not going to sugarcoat this because Baseline Tap House isn't my favorite place ever, but my team absolutely loves it. You know that, so this is making number 11 on our list. So Baseline can get crowded and hot during the peak times of day. There's not a lot of indoor seating. It's hard to get seating at all because it always seems to be busy. But if you can get a seat and it's not too hot, it's a good place to sip on a beer flight and enjoy a coffee-rubbed ribeye steak puff, right? The puff pastry itself is similar to a buttery croissant that flakes apart as soon as your fork hits it. The steak inside is nice and tender and topped with some of Baseline's beer cheese. Though I'm not a huge fan of the olive salad that comes alongside this just because it's very olive forward and is probably more suitable for those of you who love to eat a ton of olives, the pastry is a unique savory snack that you really don't hear talked about a whole lot in the Disney scene. For a snack that's a little less out there in savory flavorland, you can pick up a Bavarian pretzel with beer cheese and spicy mustard dipping sauces or a California cheese and charcuterie plate instead. And the award for Best Character Arc goes to Fairfax Fair inside the Sunset Ranch Market. So Fairfax Fair has had its fair share of growing pains, rotating through menu after menu of different snack options, but we think they really nailed it with their newest waffle bowls. There are 4 different waffle bowl options you can currently choose from, including the Buffalo Chicken Waffle Bowl, the Korean Barbecue Pork Belly Bowl, the Barbecue Beef Brisket Bowl, and the Plant-Based Soba Noodle Salad Bowl. While the Soba Noodle Salad Bowl is a nice, fresh option for plant-based eaters, even for those looking for a lighter waffle bowl-based snack, it is missing one of my favorite parts of the other 3 bowls, and that's the dreamy, creamy mashed potatoes. Seriously, I just call these mashed potato bowls. Mashed potatoes, crispy waffle bowl, hearty portions of meat is a savory snack that could easily double as a satisfying lunch, and you're not going to need to eat again till dinner. All right, we're coming to the final few foods we consider to be the best of the best in Disney's Hollywood studios, but there are still so many other Disney foods and snacks out there left for you to explore. Be sure to check out our DFB Guide to Walt Disney World Dining plus Snacks bundle over at dfbstore.com. Those have all the details you need to plan your snacking and your dining, and of course, your spending, because we're gonna make sure you get the best deals possible. Type in code YouTube for extra savings over at dfbstore.com. All right, we're heading over to Sci-Fi Dine-In. Now, let's be real here. You're not really ogling the menu of Sci-Fi Dine-In and deciding whether you want to go based on its diner-like burgers and shakes. You're going to want to go here because of the vibes. After all, where else in Disney World will you get the chance to sit in your own convertible inside a dimly lit dining room that's set to look like a drive-in theater with black and white movie clips and commercials playing across a projection screen? That was a rhetorical question. You're not going to find another restaurant like this one. But as long as you're here, you might as well like what you're chowing down on, right? So let me direct your attention to some of the appetizers. Last year, Sci-Fi introduced a new vegan-friendly spinach and artichoke dip to their menu, made with a cashew cheese and blended with other veggies like red peppers and cauliflower. Now, this is creamy and savory, and the chips that come along with it are house-made and would be super satisfying all by themselves, but we're still glad they've got the spin dip accompaniment regardless. So if you've got a nut allergy or specifically a cashew allergy, you're going to want to steer clear of this, but if you are a plant-based eater, this is definitely a must-do. Now, there are still plenty of other great pre-entree bites on this menu, including the fried pickles, the crispy onion rings, giant antenna, and the Sci-Fi smoked wings tossed in a porter barbecue sauce with a house-made pineapple and poppy seed coleslaw. So, do we want you to go to Sci-Fi just for the food? Not really. But since you're going to go to Sci-Fi anyway because it's really cool to sit in that convertible car and eat, this is what you want to get. Now, there's a Cupcake in Hollywood Studios that is an absolute mood and doesn't conform to any snack schedule. What do I mean by that? Well, during Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration, which kicked off on October 1st, 2021, I remember it well, and lasted until March 31st, 2023, 150 new snacks were introduced across the property. That's a lot of snacks. We ate a lot on October 1st. But then November 2022 rolls around, right? And we suddenly see a new 50th anniversary baked good pop up at Trolley Car Cafe. So this was our first introduction to the Earl Grey Cupcake, who arrived to the party fashionably late. When it was first released, this treat was called the Shimmer and Glimmer Earl Grey Cupcake, and it was topped with orange buttercream frosting, celebratory shimmery sprinkles, and a 50th chocolate coin. Great, fabulous, the frosting was thick, the orange flavor was subtle yet effective, the cake literally tasted like the solid, spongy form of Earl Grey tea in the best possible way. It was delightful and sophisticated, but we knew we'd only have a limited time to enjoy it since the 50th anniversary would be wrapping up in the next few months. Or so we thought. Even after the 50th anniversary concluded, the cupcake dropped its Shimmer and Glimmer title, tossed out its 50th emblem, and stuck around the trolley car menu as simply the Earl Grey Cupcake. And you can still get this rebellious little dessert right now if you're looking for a unique cupcake treat on Disney property. The Earl Grey Cupcake isn't the only 50th anniversary treat that's stuck around, though. The Shimmer and Glimmer Blondie also dropped its 50th name and now simply goes by the Toffee and Coconut Blondie, which you can find over at Fairfax Fair when you get your mashed potato waffle bowls. And the 50th celebration snack cookie made with strawberry jam and peanut butter chocolate fudge on a pretzel shortbread cookie is now called the Peanut Butter Cookie Sandwich and can still be found over at Rosie's All-American Cafe. All right, so ABC Commissary may not be the most exciting place to eat. It's kind of boring in there. But if you're looking for tacos in Hollywood Studios, you're going to find some great ones here. There are two types of tacos you can order here, the pork carnitas or the shrimp, and both come stuffed inside flour tortillas. The pork carnitas are topped with salsa verde, pickled onion, and radish and are surprisingly tasty for this quick service, which has been known for its rather mediocre eats before the big menu overhaul in 2020. The pork is cooked and seasoned really well, but it does have an added punch of heat that you don't really notice until you're halfway through the taco, and then wham, the spicy factor hits you all at once. But to be fair, the tacos still aren't dangerously hot or anything, but they may take you off guard if you're not too keen on spicy food. Now the shrimp tacos, on the other hand, we might like them even better. These tacos come with cabbage slaw, chipotle mayo, and mango salsa. The shrimp are plump and juicy, and the mango makes things slightly sweet, and just like the pork tacos, there's a little bit of a kick to the shrimp thanks to that chipotle mayo. But if you do like spicy food, like many of us here on the DFB team do, then this spicy mayo is glorious, and you may even want to ask for an extra cup of the stuff to kick the heat up one notch further. Okay, we're heading into Backlot Express one more time because I just really like this place, okay? And I made Bria put this in here because I really want to talk about the chicken tenders. I know, should it be in the best food in Hollywood Studios video? Probably not. Do I still love them? Yes. Do they come with a secret sauce or special seasonings or laced with magic and pixie dust? No. But are they consistently dependable, quick, cheap, and satisfying? Absolutely. So the portions are thick with good breading to chicken ratio. The side of fries is nice and crispy, and for just $1 extra, you can get a cup of my beloved plastic cheese to dip them in. If you want to try something a little more adventurous though at Backlot Express, that's fine. The teriyaki chicken bowls here are fresh and flavorful too. You can even get a plant-based tofu bowl instead, which is just as good, if not better, if you tend to prefer tofu to chicken anyways. It's not as good as the chicken tenders though. Both bowls come with seasoned jasmine rice, yuzu pickled edamame, carrots, cucumber, and onions drizzled with house-made lemon tahini chipotle vinaigrette, and sesame seeds. Hello, this does not sound like a theme park, does it? All right, see, there's a little something for everyone inside Hollywood Studios. And if you're looking for even more of the best eats around Disney World, don't forget to head to disneyfoodblog.com/top restaurants to check out a free list of our top 10 places to eat around all of Disney World property. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.